So what are the natural and artificial methods of asexual reproduction in plants? So plants can undergo natural method of asexual reproduction performed by plant itself or artificial methods aided by humans. So in this, we can, example on this type is the bougainvillea, which is a sexual reproductive plants where the stem of a bougainvillea are just planted into a soil and alagaan mo lang, and then it will form to a new parent plant. So natural methods of asexual reproduction include strategies that plants have developed to self-propagate. Many plants such as garlic, ginger, onion, gladioli, and dahlia continue to grow from buds that are present on the surface of the stem. So if you undergo planting an onion, makita yun naman kung paano nag-propagate yung onion into another life. So runners or asexual reproduction, a stolon or a runner is a stem that runs along the ground. At the nodes, it forms adventitious roots and buds that grow into a new plant. So the most common here is the strawberry plant. So artificial methods of asexual reproduction are frequently employed to give rise to new and sometimes novel plants. They include grafting, cutting, layering, and micropropagation. So, I don't know if you are familiar with the, yung from another plant, may may nilalagay na another type of plant. I forgot the term. Marcoting. It is a term as marcoting. So it is an example of asexual reproduction.
Yes.
And sa cutting, what I have said a while ago, the bougainvillea plant. So for the definition, Rhea, please do the honor to read grafting.
Grafting has long been used to produce novel varieties or roses, citrus species, and other plants. In grafting, two plant species are used. Part of the stem of the desirable plant is grafted onto a rooted plant called the stalk.
So a while ago, I said that roses is part of a sexual reproductive plants. But in some ways, roses are also part of asexual reproduction because stem of a rose can be planted into to produce another matured life. So for the cutting, Michael?
Cutting. Plants such as coleus and money plants are propagated through stem cuttings, where the portion of the stem contains nodes and internodes. The place is in moist soil and allowed to roots.
Yes, for the cutting. Roses also can be here in cutting because when it is attached to a soil or na-plant mo na siya sa soil, it will create the roots as the main body of it to propagate and to exist to a new life, a new parent life. So for the layering, Rhea?
Layering is a method in which a stem attached to the plant is bent and covered with soil. Young stems that can be bent easily without any injury are the preferred plant for this method.
So in this layering, I forgot what plant is that. But in layering, parang yung excess yung stem ng plant, nag, uh, um, nag, gumagawa siya ng way niya para makapag-propagate dun sa land na yon. So, out of that plant, or out of that stem of a plant, it creates another life or another plant. So, in a micropropagation, it also includes the plant tissue culture. It's a method of propagating a large number of plants from a single plant in a short time under the laboratory conditions. This method allows propagation of rare endangered species that may be difficult to grow under natural conditions, are economically important, or in demand as disease-free plants. So, in here, in micropropagation, the GMO or the generally modified organisms or pests are being undergone in this, where its DNA was ano ba, in present to undergo in this type of sexual reproduction. So in this picture shows the different types of the asexual reproduction. So in the strawberry, ito yung tinatawag nila na runners, and then it will have a roots as to produce a new strawberry. And the onion here is the bulb. So the potato is the tuber. So if you will see in potatoes there are holes, or there are holes na pwede matanim para maging potato. So the budding is can be so now we will proceed to our activity. So I will play, to make our class discussion livelier, I will play 2 videos which will include the answers to our activity. So I will play 2 videos, and the class will be divided into 3 groups that will answer different types. So for the group 1, they will answer about the questions on sexual reproduction. The group 2 is for the fertilization and the pollination. And the group 3 is for the asexual reproduction. So here are the questions for the group 1, the group 2, and the group 3. So now let's go to our review. So aside from the reproductive parts of the flower, have you observed other parts of flowers?
Yes.
Yes. So what are these other parts of flowers?
Petals.
The petals. Yes, Rhea?
Sepals.
Sepals. And
Receptacle.
receptacle. So what is the use of petal, the sepal, and the receptacle? So for the petal, Michael?
Petal. Petals. I think, sir, for the colors.
So for the petal, it is for the flower, di ba? Makita naman in a flower, may petal in every flower. So for the sepal, it is parang ano siya guide or yung support dun sa flower. And for the receptacle, yun yung nako-combine yung petal, sepal, pistil, and the stigma. Parang yun yung base ng isang flowering plant. Okay? Gets niyo?
Sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, for the generalization. So what are the reproductive organs of a flowering plant?
The reproductive organs of the flowering plants were stamen, carpel, or pistil.
Okay. So how do plants reproduce sexually and asexually?
Sexually, the plants reproduce when the male and female gametes unite to form zygote, which in turns to develop to become embryo and then becomes a seed.
So for the asexual.
And asexual, plants can be produced using its vegetative parts, the roots, stem, and leaves.
Okay. So what do you think reproduction is necessary in living things like plants?
Plants produce in order to the species to perpetuate continuously exist in the ecosystem.
So either sexually and asexually, the main goal of a plant to reproduce is to produce another life, to produce another set of life that will survive in the next or the future years, and for them to exist in the ecosystem. So as we all know that plants sometimes are being endangered because some people took it from to sell. But without that plants, we should always think critically that these plants are very essential for us to live, because some of this gives us oxygen that we inhale, enable for us to breathe and to live. So we are now down to our evaluation. So may I ask everyone to please get a 1/2 crosswise paper and then divide your papers into 3 columns, and you will put in the type of plant, the sexual or asexually, or the reason why this plant is done through sexually and asexually, stuff like that. So we have these pictures of plants that will know what type of plant is this. So we have the one, the mango, the turmeric, the arrowroot, the carabao grass, the snake plant, the rose plant, the rice plant, the perennial peanut, the cassava plant, and the taro plant. So these are the 10 type of plants that you will discuss, or you will answer with either sexually and asexually, and its reason. So now we are done with our generalization, our topic, and our evaluation. Now for your assignment for tomorrow. So for your assignment, we'll browse the internet or the library and read the topic about the reproduction in animals and other organisms. So it is the advanced knowledge for our tomorrow's discussion. So please be ready. So that's it for our discussion. Any clarification?
None, sir.
Violent reaction?
None, sir.
None.
Okay, if none, I call this as a day. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Oh my God, ako